Hi, it's Celeste Majors, Your Canary in the Coal Mine. And that's the name of my website, yourcanaryinthecoalmine.com, where you can find my archive of past videos that I've done if you want to explore for a specific topic. Today's video is about using a glucose meter to monitor your health. Now you're probably saying to yourself, well, I haven't been diagnosed to be a diabetic, so I don't need to do that. But here's the reason why you might want to do it anyway. Because so many of us are creeping our way toward diabetes. And instead of waiting until you have full-blown diabetes, wouldn't you rather find out early and change the conditions, especially what you're eating, so that you never have to get there? Diabetes is an ugly disease. It causes amputations, it causes blindness, it causes nerve damage. It leads to heart attacks. Generally, it shortens people's lives. So rather than letting yourself get all the way to the state that some doctor looks at you and says, oh, you have diabetes, I have to start giving you pills or insulin, why don't you find out early if your blood sugar level is already too high? So I just wanted to show you how simple and easy it is and how low cost it is for you to monitor your blood glucose level by yourself. This is a little blood glucose meter that I got from Walmart. It cost $10. Okay, so, and this is all you need. I know that sometimes some of the manufacturers of blood glucose meters will discount theirs or they'll make them free or whatever. But the point is, just like a lot of our media products, it's not the cost of the player that's important. It's the cost of the media that's going to really run up the bills. In other words, what I'm saying is, like if you ever, when you first maybe bought a CD player, and you thought, oh, I'm paying $200 for this CD player. But then you found out that you were going to pay $16 for each and every CD that you bought. So over the years, you had way more invested in the CDs than you had in the player. Well, it's the same thing with glucose meters. The meter is the cheap part. No matter how much you pay for it, it's the cheap part. What costs money is the testing strips. Okay, so you want to buy the kind of meter that has the lowest cost per strip. And this is the one that I found most recently. I just bought a new meter a few months ago because I found these strips are cheaper than the ones I was buying, and I thought I was buying some pretty inexpensive strips. So here's what I do. Every morning, before I've eaten any food, just after I wake up, I want to check my fasting blood glucose level. So I take a strip out of the container and I put it in the meter, and I wait until the meter says it's ready to receive some blood. Now here's the part that you have to be bold enough to do. You get yourself a little sticking device, and believe me, you can find ones that are microlets that have a much, much smaller needle in them than the ones that they use at the blood draw centers. I mean, those things are like hammering a nail into your finger. You don't have to experience that much pain. The ones with the much finer needle are just a whole lot more comfortable to use. Now, it's not completely without discomfort, but maybe you can tolerate it. It's not bad at all. So you just cock the little device and then you just fire it off into your finger. And if you're doing your own, you'll find a finger or a side of a finger where it's the least discomfort to you. In my case, it's the ring finger and it's toward the side that's my least amount of discomfort. So I got a little drop of blood there, and then all I do is I put the meter on the drop of blood, let it suck up into the test strip, wait a few seconds, and here's my reading. Now I just had one of my cafe mocha smoothies, so I would not expect my blood sugar to be as low as possible. This morning I think it was something like 83 or 82 when I had been fasting. So that's all there is to it. And if you did that every day, first thing in the morning, and checked to see that you weren't your blood sugar wasn't rising, that would be a phenomenal little benefit to your health. And frankly, these test strips are 17 cents a piece. So I'm just saying that way too many of us are headed toward diabetes because of our food environment. And wouldn't it be worth 17 cents a day for you to pay attention to your blood glucose level? And another thing I do is on a day where I'm actually going to go to get a blood test, I do my own test first, and then I go to get the blood test, the fasting blood test. And then I know what the relationship is between my little cheap meter and an official blood draw, with the official testing. For example, I might find that an 80 on the blood test that I got from the lab, an hour before I got like 85 on my little meter. So then I know what the difference is between what the lab says and what my meter says. So I wouldn't worry about it if my meter was 5 points high. I would just know that's the difference. So anyway, that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Even if you don't have diabetes, even if you don't think there's anything wrong, because diabetes is often an underlying condition that leads to heart attacks, nerve damage, and many other debilitating illnesses. The more the research comes out, the more that scientists are realizing that the stability of your blood sugar levels is really, really important to your overall health. So wouldn't it be worth 17 cents a day per family member to find out what your status is and monitor it? So that's my little health tip for today. And I just, as usual, want you to get well and stay well. Thanks.